talking about what is love. All right, here's my question. How do you define love?
A heart.
A heart. It's very specific.
How much you really care for someone.
How much you really care for someone. Okay.
Selfless, how much you respect someone.
Selflessness, how much you respect them.
Doing what's good for someone.
Doing what's good for someone.
Even if they don't.
Even if they don't reciprocate.
Even if they don't think it's good.
Okay. Even if they don't think it's good.
No, that's what you
Oh. Oh. Even if they don't think it's good. Okay.
Well,
Alice.
like correction, like not
Correction.
hitting numbers on the team.
Yes, it will.
All right. So every single time you correct somebody, it means you love them. Is that love?
Hey, we talked about it this morning. Sometimes you correct out of love.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, with this today.
Well, then we should be experts.
Oh.
How do you define love?
Wait, what?
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, wait a second. No, no, it didn't.
Teaching.
We look quiet.
You're pretty good. You teach stuff that's not even there. All right. What about anything else? Do we have any other definitions for love?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like plus like equals love.
Like plus like equals love. That's interesting.
That's the most.
I have like a perfect song for this topic.
What is love? I already played it.
I did.
Yeah. Well, everybody's coming in.
You were in here with us.
How does the world define love?
Oh, the world doesn't have to.
The world doesn't have love? Too many different ways?
Yes.
Is that what we're going with? So many different ways?
Maybe like they just think love is a deep affection for someone.
Love is a deep affection for someone. There you go. That's pretty good. How else do people define love? How else does the world define love?
Kissing.
We'll just leave it there. The world defines love as kissing.
I see it right there in the air.
I see it too.
So here's my question. Does the Bible define love?
Yeah.
Yes, the Bible defines love. Does the Bible give an exact definition of what to look for love?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe?
Sure.
Yes.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure what
Does the Bible define what love is?
Yeah. Oh wait. Yes.
Make that any deeper.
Wait. Yes.
Love is
It does.
patient,
Yes.
Like
It does not envy or boast.
Alright, so the Bible does define specifically what love is. So how is that different than how the world defines love?
It's just whatever.
It's just whatever in the world? Sure. Yes, Elizabeth.
What's in the Bible?
Oh, I was just gonna say that the Bible, like that one, that passage, and then it also says like, God is love. Anyone who does not know God does not know love.
Right. God is love. There you go. That's another way it defines it. So how's that different from how the world defines it? You guys kind of hit on it, the idea that the world doesn't really define it, does it? It's just kind of this thing out there. It's this emotion. It's this emotional response, or it's just this attraction to somebody, or it's kissing, right? It's just a broad thing. And in many cases, does it really have no meaning? Yeah. Has the world kind of taken that word and dumbed it down to be something that it really wasn't, or ever intended to be, or something that maybe is just kind of empty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Versus the Bible, which actually takes time to specifically define it. Now, I have an analogy. Remember the first week we did this, we talked about Coca-Cola? How Coke uses your loneliness to sell Coke? They're very good at it. Very good at it. Right, so we're gonna keep going with this idea of Coke. Maybe it'll become our sponsor. Maybe buy things. We're gonna keep going with this idea of Coke. And the idea that Coke, you guys know what Coke tastes like, right?
Yes.
For the most part, if you get something that's not Coke, you know it, right? Now I know Coke and Pepsi and maybe the Sam's Coke are pretty close. But if you drink something that is nothing like Coke, you know it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you drank vinegar, you would know that wasn't Coke.
Oh shoot, are we drinking?
Or if you drink Worcestershire sauce, you know that wasn't Coke.
Yeah, I'm not.
So here's how this is going to work. Here's how this is going to work. In the effort, since we know what Coke tastes like, we know when something is not Coke. I have 3 candy bars.
Ooh.
But here's how this is going to go. We're going to have 3 different rounds. We're going to have 3 different rounds, and each person's going to get 1 cup. Now here's your job. You're going to know, by holding the cup, you're going to know whether it's coconut, even before you put it in your mouth.
Wait, we're gonna what?
But here's what you're going to do. Your goal is to try to drink it, at least some of it, you don't have to drink all of it, and convince everybody else that you drank Coke.
That won't be hard.
One of them is Coke.
I see the one that is.
Hmm?
You can tell the difference.
And I see one that isn't because it's like tan.
Yeah, like that one right there, it's not.
No, that.
Guys,
You sure?
just gotta do
The one that
that one's not there. That one's right there.
I think we have volunteers. All right.
Volunteer.
Oh, heck no.
All right, come on, Reagan.
It's just a drink. I mean, it's not
All
hard.
right, Nate.
All right.
Hey, Jonah.
Do you pick
I
right?
told you.
Huh?
Do you pick right?
Nope.
How dare you, Jonah?
I've
never
like
seen
it.
you.
That was what it is.
That's
I
awesome.
really love it.
All right, here's your goal. Your goal is to convince them, and then we're going to vote at the end. Your goal is to convince them you drank the Coke.
your top thing.
All right, ready, set, go.
Okay.
You don't have to drink it all. I don't want to drink this. Well, it's not Coke. I'm out.
You just
No, it's Nate. I
All right. Who has Coke? Ready? Raise your hand if you think Reagan has Coke.
No, I don't.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. All right, raise your hand if you think Jonah has Coke. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
Y'all already know I don't
Shake
have.
around this way.
No, you cannot shake it.
Well,
All right, listen, everybody's got to vote. You have to vote. Ready? For Reagan, raise your hand if you think
you
Reagan.
are voting. If
You have to vote.
Wait, if Reagan think you don't think so, you're stupid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, raise your hand if you think it's Jonah, which should be everybody else. Did you vote?
I voted for that. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I raised my hand.
All right, what'd you have?
I had Coke.
Yeah, Joe.
I know.
Reagan did. That's pretty good though.
I don't know what that thing was.
What was it? What did you have?
Hey, what is it?
All right, let's have another. I need 3 more. All right, y'all, Josh. All right, Harrison, come on.
Harrison's going to lose.
Pick one of these 3.
Because the
One
people
of these 3.
it's not Coke.
One of these 3. All right, ready? Remember, you have to vote. Ready, set, go. You gotta convince him that it's Coke.
Josh, you don't even know what Coke tastes like.
He'll know if it's not.
I can see it in your eyes, Josh.
Oh, we know it's not Josh.
All right, here we go. You have to vote. Noah, raise your hand. You have to vote. 1, 2.
I saw Harrison's face.
If you're going to convince them, you have to vote.
I saw Harrison's face. He was like,
You okay, Josh?
What did Josh have?
Not Oh, I guess you are. Harrison bad out.
I'm about to throw up.
I'm about to go up too. What was it? Josh, you eat some of it. What does it taste like?
Oh, I don't know.
so it tastes like vinegar.
All right, go. You got 3 more? All right, let's get
my mouth.
Caitlin.
Well, no.
God damn.
Meredith.
All right, Meredith, come on. Take your cup.
No offense. I thought this was Pepsi at first.
Terrible. All right. Remember, your goal is to convince them you have Coke, not just
I know which one has Coke already.
terrible. All
Seriously?
right, set, go.
I know who it is.
All right, we go. Raise your hand for Caitlin. If you think Caitlin does. 1, 2,
Oh, wait, which one?
3,
Who?
4 for Caitlin.
Oh.
I think Caitlin does.
No,
All right, keep your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you think Elizabeth does? 1, 2, 3. All right, Caitlin, you want? Do you have Coke?
Nope.
Nope. What'd you have?
I don't even know.
It's Worcestershire sauce.
I don't think I'm tasting
that's
it.
what I had. That actually doesn't even taste like
What
Coke.
is it?
feel if you have something nasty?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The lightest one was vinegar, and nobody, Nate didn't even drink it. Josh,
Smell it.
I think, puked his guts out. And Meredith tried. You're a champ, you tried. Right? So when we get something that's not what we know it's supposed to be, or we get something that's bitter, we get something that's nasty, are you really good at hiding it? No. Caitlin did a good job with the Worcestershire sauce, but that is nowhere close to as nasty as the vinegar.
No, but it's still nasty. That's not just like a.
No, it's not.
All right, open your Bibles. Open your Bibles. 1 Corinthians 13.
Hey, I was already here.
1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah, right. What?
You might not see
For those of you who know, what's this passage talking about?
Love.
Love. It's known as the love chapter.
What's it called?
Love is indispensable.
Which chapter?
1 Corinthians 13. When you get the old Bible, you're going to page number 13.
It's not.
Huh?
It's not. Is it just chapter 13?
Chapter 13, verse 4.
603?
653 in the old Bible.
No, 600.
What is it? 633?
1,000.
633 in the gold Bible. Because like I said, the Bible defines love. The Bible actually tells you exactly what it is. Like in the same way, most of you guys, if not all you guys, know what Coke tastes like. The Bible gives you a standard to know what to look for, right? It's easy enough. And even if you don't know what Coke tastes like, you know when you've got vinegar or something that's definitely not Coke, right? It's not very hard. And so the Bible sets a standard, tells you exactly what love is. So I need somebody to read verse 4 through 7. 4 through 7.
I got you.
Do it.
Love suffereth long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love reigneth, but itself unseemly seeketh not its own. Is not provoked, talketh not account to evil. Wait, no.
You're right.
Hold on. Love suffereth long and is not kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself. It is not puffed up.
All right. Did you read verse 7? Yeah?
7.
Yeah.
You're doing 4 through 7.
Doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not its own, is not provoked, taketh not account of evil, rejoiceth not in righteousness, but rejoiceth in the truth. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopes all things, and doeth all.
All right. So what is love? If I ask you to define love based upon this chapter, what is love?
Patient.
Love is kind. Love is patient. What's some other things love is? Love is what? Is what? Not irritable? Unselfish? What is it?
Self-seeking.
Rejoices in truth?
I said not
Not self-seeking? Right? Not arrogant? So the Bible really takes time to kind of hash out exactly what it is, right? It doesn't waste any time. It tells you exactly what to look for. It tells you exactly what love is. Now this passage, you've got to understand, this passage is talking about the guys preaching and teaching, and they weren't doing it out of love. But at the end of the day, the definition is still the same for no matter what's going on in your life. Whether that's dating, whether that's marriage, whether that's your parents to you. It doesn't matter. This is what love looks like. This is what it is. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love endures all things. Love does not boast. Love is not irritable. Right? Love is something worth building your life on. Love is something worth having. The problem is, are there not a lot of people? Are there not a lot of people in your high schools and middle schools who are dating people and they're not really in love with them? You guys see that ever? Can you tell? You can tell when somebody has vinegar and not Coke. You can tell when something's nasty and not sweet. You can tell when something's not the way it's supposed to be. Right? Yeah.
I just noticed your little thing with the thing talking about.
I do what I can sometimes. Right? So we know what love is, and now we know what to look for. In the same way you understand what Coke tastes like, or what soda tastes like, or what something sweet tastes like, you now know what love looks like. You now know what that's supposed to be like. You now know what that's supposed to act like, and you now know what to look for. You now know what you're trying to get and where we're trying to go, and especially as you guys get married and your relationship, and especially your relationship with your parents to you and you to your parents, they love you. And one day you'll get married, and what you're looking for is somebody who loves you. Are there not bad marriages?
Yes.
Yeah. You got to know what to look for, and the Bible defines it. The Bible's saying, man, find Coke, don't drink vinegar. Yeah, sum it up. Don't drink vinegar. Right, Josh, you wouldn't be able to make it, man. You barely tasted it, you almost threw up. Right? So we know what to look for. Here's something else you guys got to understand. Love will always have action. There will always be action accompanied with love. There will always be something that goes with it. If somebody just says they love you and treats you like dirt, do they love you?
No.
No. The problem is we forget that. And we say, oh, well, you know, he says he loves me, or she says she loves me. No. Love will always have action with it. There will always be something that goes with love. There will always be something that works with love. It tells you right here all the actions that go with it. Love does not boast. Love is not irritable. Love looks to lift you up, not tear you down. These are what love is. It's an action. It's not just a word. It's not just an emotion. Does that make sense? We got to understand what we're looking for, and then we'll know when we don't have it. When we know what it tastes like, when we know what it looks like, we know what it's supposed to be, then we're going to know when we don't have it. And the thing about it is, so does everybody else. Everybody around you knows. And so don't try to fake it. Don't get into a relationship for the sake of a relationship. Say, oh, well, they love me, because everybody around you is saying, no, they don't. Right? We can tell. We can tell. All right, love is always action. Now, if you guys keep your Bibles open, we're going to go through this passage. I'm going to try to kind of explain this, hopefully, a little bit better. All right? So we got first, love is patient and kind. Right? Love is still there through your mistakes. Love sticks with you even when you mess up. And on top of that, love doesn't always just stick with you even when you mess up. Love is there to help pick you up and make you better. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love's goal is to build you up and to stick with you no matter what, even through the good days and the bad. Love does not envy or boast. Love doesn't take what you have. Love doesn't always want just what you have. Love isn't trying to hold something over you. Love does not envy what you have. Love doesn't try to take the good stuff that you have. And at the same time, love doesn't hold the good things it has or the good things that they have over you. They don't hoard it over you and make you demean you with it or try to make you feel bad with it. Love does not boast and love does not envy. Love doesn't take what you have and then hold what it has over your head. Does that make sense? Yeah. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Love is not arrogant. Love is not rude. Love doesn't make fun of you for its own expense. Love doesn't tear you down to build itself up. Love doesn't try to belittle you so that it can be better. When somebody loves you, they don't spend all their time trying to make you miserable so that they can seem cooler or smarter or funnier. They don't do that. Love is not arrogant. Love is not rude. Love's goal is to build you up and see you become something of what you're supposed to be. That's what love is. Love does not insist on its own way. Guys, this one is so important, especially as you guys get into high school and you guys who are in high school and go to college. Love doesn't just take what you have. Love does not force itself upon you. Love does not make you do stuff that you don't want to do. Love does not force you to do something you're not interested in. Love doesn't do that. If somebody says they love you and they're trying to force you to do stuff or trying to force you to do something that you know you shouldn't or just don't want to do, that's not love. That person doesn't love you. It's not love. Love does not insist on its own way. Love does not force itself upon you. Love does not try to take what you have. Love doesn't try to hurt you in that way. Love doesn't do that. That's not love. Easy enough? Love doesn't do that. Love doesn't take what you have. Guys, this is so important. If you get into a relationship in high school and in college, whenever that happens in your life, and you've got somebody who's trying to force their way or trying to force whatever they want or whatever that may be, they don't love you. They don't. And that goes for the rest of these. If somebody's constantly tearing you down to try to make themselves look better, they don't love you. They don't. They can say what they want all day long. They don't. Love will always have action with it, and the actions will always go with it. Love is not irritable or resentful. Love is not irritable or resentful. Where's that? Lost it. No, there we go. Love doesn't look for reasons to be angry. Love doesn't hold grudges. Love sticks with you even when you mess up. Love sticks with you even when you're having a bad day. Love sticks with you even when you say or do things you shouldn't. Love is not irritable. It doesn't spend all its time trying to figure out how to become mad at you or to become angry at you or how to tear you down. It also doesn't hold grudges. Guys, you're going to have bad days. I mean, I know that's hard to believe. You're going to have bad days. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, they're going to have bad days. Love doesn't spend its time holding that over your head and trying to make you feel bad for that. It's not what love is. It's not what love does. It's not how it acts. Love does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. Love does not encourage you to do something wrong, but fights and builds you up to do something right. Love does not spend its time trying to tear you down. It fights to see you do what is right and what is truthful. And love does not also spend its time trying to make you miserable. Love does not rejoice in wrongdoing. If you're around somebody who's trying to make you miserable or sad or mad all the time, they don't love you. Somebody who loves you is trying to help you do what's best and trying to see you succeed and to see you grow. It doesn't spend all their time trying to do stuff they shouldn't. It's just the way it is. It's what love is. And then we come to the last verse, Paul's kind of crowning moment here at the end of his definition. Love bears, believes, hopes, and endures all things. Love is permanent. Love is prominent. Love is strong. Love is something you can stand upon and something that's also going to stand with you. Love is something that's going to be steadfast in your life. Love is not going to be something that's here one day and gone the next. Listen, if somebody says they love you this week and then they don't love you next week, I can guarantee you this, they never loved you to begin with. Love is not like that. Love does not do that. Love endures all things. Love hopes, believes, and bears all things. When you love somebody, you stand with them no matter what. They stand with you no matter what. Right, somebody says they love you this week, not the next, never loved you. Love endures everyday emotions and hardship. Love gives you the ability to stand in the bad and stands with you. Love looks ahead to what will come with hope because it knows no matter what, it's going to last. That's what love is. That's what it was meant to be. And that's what it's supposed to be. As you guys stand in a world that takes that and perverts that definition, it even gets to the point where it doesn't have a definition for that, where people can say that no matter what, and you believe them or you feel like they're telling you the truth. This is where you guys need to rest, and this is what you guys need to stand upon. This is what love is. Love stands with you. Love helps you get through it. Love helps you enjoy the good times more. Love looks forward. Love hopes for better days to come. That's what love is. When somebody loves you in the good and doesn't love you in the bad, they never loved you to begin with. It's just the way it is. And that's such a tough thing sometimes to grasp. We think, oh, well, things aren't the way it's supposed to be, so now they don't love me anymore, and that's okay. No, that's not okay. That's not what love is. And that's never what it is. Guys, that's what you need to be looking for. That's what you need to be looking for. You guys need to look for that. This is the type of love you guys need to find. When you guys start looking at dating down the road, when you guys start looking at dating, whenever that may come, or especially when you start looking at marriage, this is what you're looking for. You're not looking for whatever the world has to say. You're not looking for this easy peasy, this lame kind of love, this empty love, this phrase that nobody really means when they say it. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for action to go along with those words. That's the type of love you're looking for. And at the same time, guys, it's really easy. Don't think you're going to get into a relationship with somebody who doesn't love you and think, oh, I'm going to be able to hide this and convince the others that they love me. Can I tell you something? You have never fooled anyone with any of that. We can tell when you're drinking vinegar. It's not hard. And so with that comes this. When you guys get into a relationship and you bring them home to your parents and your parents look at you and say, listen, that person doesn't love you. You need to listen. Because we can tell, we can see it. There's ways they're going to act. If they don't act in those ways, they don't love you. And it doesn't really matter who it is or where they're at. If they don't act in this way, if they don't follow accordance with what the Bible says right here, they don't love you. That's what love is. And that's what it's supposed to be. All right, so application. Guys, don't settle for vinegar. We like to settle for vinegar when we think the relationship or the idea of a relationship is more important than who we're with. We settle for vinegar when we think the status of having a boyfriend or girlfriend is better than the idea of the person we're with. Or when we think that being married is more important than the person we're with. Don't settle for vinegar. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. It's nasty. It tastes bad. It makes Josh puke. Right? Don't settle for vinegar. Pay attention. Wait. I can promise you it's worth the wait. I can promise you it's worth the wait. Don't settle for vinegar. Right? Here's another one. Vinegar doesn't become Coke.
Aww.
You can drink a gallon of vinegar. You can drink 50 gallons of vinegar and keep going. No point in that process does that ever become Coke. If you're in a relationship or hanging out with somebody who doesn't love you, at no point in that process is all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, now we love you. That's not going to happen. It's not how that works. Guys, don't get in a relationship thinking you're changing people. We'll talk about that a little more next week because you don't. You don't. Vinegar never becomes Coke. A bad relationship doesn't all of a sudden become a good relationship. Somebody who doesn't love you doesn't all of a sudden start to love you. It's just not how that works.
Sorry to break your heart.
It's not how, sorry to break your heart. Right? You think, oh, we'll invest more time or we'll stay together more and then it'll change. Nope, it doesn't. The last one is this. Listen and watch. Guys, pay attention. Listen to your parents. We talked about that last week. Listen to your parents. They know what they're talking about. And pay attention. Look for somebody who's going to love you. Look for somebody who's going to invest in you. Look for somebody who's going to build you up. It's well worth your time. It's well worth your effort. Don't sit there and don't settle for somebody you shouldn't, guys. Pay attention and watch. Always look ahead. You know what's coming. And now you know what love is. You know what to look for. You'll know when you're not drinking or not with somebody who loves you. You're going to know. Because this is what love is supposed to be. And I can promise you, they do not act like this, they do not love you. When we get there, we get in those relationships and we think, oh, well, they'll be okay. They do love me even though they do this every now and again. No. If they do not act like this, they do not love you. Period.